Good day, my friends, and you're welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be discussing epidemiology and prevention. So, we are continuing our discourse on epidemiology. Please remember to like our content, share our content, and subscribe to our channel. Now, like we said before, we said earlier that epidemiology is a study and a branch of medicine that deals with the determinants, the risk factors, and the causes of health-related events, diseases, and many other events like that. Now, epidemiology is very heavy on prevention. We know that prevention is better, cheaper, and more cost-effective than cure. And so, epidemiology harps a lot on prevention. It wants people to prevent rather than cure illness. So, this is very, very important to note. Now, for prevention, what is prevention? Prevention is a series of actions that are taken to forestall or try to stop a disease from occurring or manage a disease that has already occurred and try to prevent complications from taking place from a disease that has already occurred. This is important to note. Preventive measures include measures such as screening, such as advice on lifestyle modification, advice on the use of alcohol, the use of smoking, screening, and many other measures like that all come together into what we call preventive measures. Now, when it comes to prevention, there are three major types of prevention that are recognized in epidemiology. There is primary prevention, there is secondary prevention, and there is tertiary prevention. Now, when we discuss about primary prevention, it talks about all the measures that are taken to ensure that a disease does not develop at all, that the disease does not come to be at all. And some of these measures include lifestyle modification, include eating right, being healthy, exercise, taking the right kind of diet. All these measures which are encouraged so that people do not fall sick to a particular disease or illness are what we refer to as primary prevention. Now, secondary prevention, and on the other hand, is the kind of measures that are taken to ensure that if a disease has started within the body of an individual, that disease is identified on time, very early, even before it begins to show any clinical symptoms, so that such a disease can be treated quite early and will not advance to, it will not move to the advanced stages. So measures that are taken, measures such as screening, mammography, for an example, for breast cancer screening, pap smear, all these different kinds of screenings that can be carried out in order to ensure that if a person has a disease, that disease is detected in the early stages and it is fought against. All these measures together are what we refer to as secondary prevention. Now, the third and final one we'll discuss this evening is tertiary prevention. And what's tertiary prevention? These are the measures that are taken when a disease is already full blown. This disease is already showing signs and symptoms, and then measures can still be taken to try to manage this disease even as it's being cured, so that complications do not arise from such a disease, or ways that we can even manage the disease and improve the quality of life of the individual. A simple example is someone who has suffered a stroke from high blood pressure. Such a person, there are still measures like physiotherapy and little other measures that can be given to the person to try to improve the quality of such an individual's life. So thank you for listening. We've been talking about epidemiology and prevention. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful evening.